So I know most of you guys think that the MVP race is multiple between Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid for the most part, but I feel like Giannis is a name that's not getting enough love when it comes to the MVP race in my opinion. And it's crazy. Some people think it's been a two-man race this whole time just between Jokic and Embiid. I don't have a problem with any of those guys winning. And it's crazy. Some people think it's been a two-man race this whole time just between Jokic and Embiid. I don't have a problem with any of those guys winning. Personally, honestly hard to say who's going to win the MVP race at this point. But like I said, it is literally not this race people think. It's just a two-man race. It's just those two guys. Giannis needs to have a bit more, attention, to this race. Now, I know you shouldn't use someone's stat line over the last 10 games to determine their MVP status, but this is Giannis' stat line anyway. 44 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. 30 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. 25 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists. 36 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. 30 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. 43 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. 39 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Tonight against the Nets, he had 44 points against 14 of 21 shooting, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Bucks clinched a playoff berth, and he is now the Bucks' all-time scoring leader. And for a guy who we said can't shoot free throws, his free throws are the reason the Bucks won the game. That is crazy. And honestly, I want to come right out and say it. I think Giannis has a better shot at winning MVP than Joel Embiid at this point. I'm just going to come right out and say it. People have been, talking about it's been a two-man race between Jokic and Embiid. If you want to be honest, it's a two-man race between Jokic and Giannis. Not Embiid, Giannis. And it's not a disrespect on Joel Embiid at all. It's not. But the way Giannis has been playing, and it really hasn't gone noticed by a lot of people, I think after this performance he put on national TV, it's going to get noticed now. It's going to get noticed big time now. So for those of you who have had Joel Embiid in that number 2 guy in the MVP race, cut him out, put Giannis in, put him at number 1, put him at number 2 even. But as long as he's at number 2, it's still valid in my opinion. And you also have to keep this in mind as well. Chris Middleton, remember, in the fourth quarter, he got ejected after that foul on Bruce Brown. So remember, Giannis had to carry the load for this team. Carry them in overtime, get those free throws, and lead his team to a win. That's what MVPs do. Be a leader, and that's what Giannis is doing for this team. And people think Giannis is getting carried somehow. People still think that they're getting carried by Chris Middleton. Giannis is the one carrying this team. It's no disrespect to Chris Middleton. It's no disrespect to Drew Holiday. No disrespect to any of those guys. But Giannis is putting his team on his back every day of the week. Do you think if they had Giannis, they'd be doing any of this? No. And a lot of people ask, obviously, what helps Giannis win the MVP more than any of these guys? He has scoring 30.1 points per game, and defense is the next factor. Giannis is a defensive player of the year candidate every year. That's obvious. So it's pretty obvious he's a better defensive player than Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. So there's pretty much no argument for there defensively right now for Jokic and Embiid. So that is pretty much what edges him out easily for the defensive player of the year honor. Defense and obviously his scoring. So that's why I think Giannis is slowly coming into the MVP race with him as the clear winner. So with that being said, what does Embiid do better than Giannis that gives him the edge over the MVP race? Giannis, better interior scoring. He's a better defender, obviously. The only thing that Embiid does better offensively at this point is shoot three-pointers. That's the only thing that gives him not even close to an edge over Giannis. That's the only edge he has better than him offensively. But everywhere else offensively, Giannis is clear of Embiid. Clearly. And this is not something I'm making up. Giannis has a better shooting percentage than him this season. True shooting percentage. That is better than him this season. So that is not something I'm just making up, obviously. On top of that, he has a better efficiency rate than him this season. So I'm just making this up again. I promise you I'm not. It's crazy what some people are doing to people like Giannis. There's people on ESPN like Keyshawn Johnson. You play in the NFL. In reality, your opinion shouldn't matter on basketball. Really. He's saying things like he's not in the same boat as KD. And he's using the fact that he's in a small market. And then whenever Keyshawn Johnson lost that argument, he decides to say, well, Kevin Durant had Harden and Westbrook. So, what's the reason Giannis is being excluded? What's the reason Giannis is being excluded? What's the reason? I don't know what's with the media, denying Giannis's credit, while on the other side, deriding the heck out of John Morant. I love John Morant. I really do. But the media's been going crazy over him and once again ignoring Giannis, like they always do for the most part. And if you've gotten this far into the video, this is not me saying Giannis is the clear MVP favorite or anything like that. This is a video of me simply saying that he should be more included into the MVP race at this point in the season. He's clearly been beat in my opinion. I'm sticking with that. When it comes to Giannis, that's where the argument becomes a little bit more, a little bit more complex, because then there's so many things Jokic has done better than Giannis, in my opinion, aside from defense, obviously, which is Giannis is obviously better than that. But that's where the argument becomes more complex, and that's where you got to say, ooh, who's the MVP here? It's pretty hard. But who do you guys think is the MVP winner at this point in the NBA season? Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like the video, comment, subscribe, set the bell icon. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All that will be down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.